Rivers crisis. Governor Fubara's flaws federal might. Now to the news in full. Embattled Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State at the weekend scored a major victory against Yesom Wike, his predecessor, turned political adversary, following the largely successful conduct of the state local government election, in which his loyalists in the Action People's Party (APP) swept 22 of 23 announced seats. But the defeated camp, as the governor had forewarned on Sunday, unleashed mayhem on Monday, burning local government secretariats without let or hindrance in coordinated violence some say may be aimed at instigating an emergency declaration. The APP had won 22 chairmanship positions out of 23, while Action Alliance clinched a chair local government seat. According to the results announced on Saturday by Justice Adolphus Enebili, the Chief Electoral Officer of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RSIEC) in Port Harcourt, Enebili had described the election as free, fair and credible, despite all odds, while saluting the patriotism of the residents who turned out to vote. He said the Commission adopted the principle of by-location because of the exigencies they found themselves. The results were announced at the Ministry of Justice Hall at the State Secretariat Complex rather than the Commission's office on Aba Road. The Nigerian police had kept its word that it would not provide security for the election, and on Monday ordered the withdrawal of its personnel from the council headquarters. But despite the decision to stay away and despite the tenser atmosphere leading up to the election, including two early morning explosions, one that shattered the secretariat of the All Progressives Congress along Aba Road in Port Harcourt, and the other at Obiakpo Council Secretariat, which had led to speculations about possible declaration of state of emergency. The election was largely peaceful, an indication that Fubara's enjoys grassroots support. The election is another significant milestone, showing that Fubara is in charge and Wike, the Abuja boy, is now the past. Noted political commentator Omotayo Williams, if Wike claims to be a godfather in Rivers State, and all he has to fight is federal tools, IG of police, federal judges, he has become a failed politician. The structure of criminality is gone. But in the Rumola and Rumo Pericom areas of Obiakpo local government of the state, Wike's stronghold, Business Hallmark, gathered that election did not hold. There were also reports that gunmen in police uniform stormed Ward 19, a Lekahar Road primary school in Port Harcourt city local government, which had 10 units, and chased away staff of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RSIEC) who had come to conduct the election. Gunmen in police uniform. They are actually in police uniform. So how did this government get police uniform? It is actually the police. It is not gunmen in police uniform. It is the police. The FCC minister's supporters equally staged a protest calling on RSIEC to comply with a recent High Court judgment regarding the elections. The protest, which drew a handful of people, was organized in response to what Wike's camp described as irregularities in the electoral process. The demonstrators, carrying placards with messages like "Obey Court Order" and "No Justice, No Election," expressed frustration over the conduct of the elections and demanded that RSIEC halt the polls and abide by the court ruling, but generally, voting was peaceful. It is because they abide by the court ruling, that is why the election is taking place. Supreme Court said that the election should go on, so the election went on as Supreme Court has said it should go on. On Sunday, Governor Fubara hurriedly swore in the elected council chairman. During the swearing-in ceremony, he noted that he was aware that persons have been mobilized to cause problems in the state on Monday, following the outcome of the election, but warned the new chairman against resorting to violence in response. Indeed, on Monday, political thugs went on rampage few hours after the State Police Command announced the withdrawal of personnel from previously sealed local government secretariats. Violence erupted in several local council headquarters, leading to arson, shootings, and fatalities. Tinubu directs IGP to restore peace, the IGP that has been bought over by Wike. What peace is he restoring? He's happy that there is problem in the state. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu on Monday evening directed the police to provide security to local government officials and to restore and maintain peace, law and order immediately. While instructing law enforcement agencies to bring the situation under control, President Tinubu emphasized the need to ensure the security of the public institution. The President, in a statement by a special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, said government facilities built with public funds must be safeguarded from vandalism. He stressed that self-help has no place in the democratic system, especially after 25 years of continuous democracy. According to President Tinubu, the judiciary can settle all political disputes, and the outcome of this election should be no exception. The statement further stated that the president called on Governor Siminalayi Fubara, political leaders and their supporters in Rivers State to exercise restraint and uphold the rule of law. In response to recent tension following last Saturday's local government council election, the president expressed deep concerns over reports of arsons and explosions in the state. He urged all political actors to de-escalate the situation and discourage their supporters from engaging in violence or destructive actions. There is no indication, however, that those behind the arson have been arrested. How can they be arrested when it is somebody that sends them? They have backings now. It is somebody in power that sends them to go and do it. So they will not be arrested because they have people, they get backing. So they've gone into hiding and there's nothing that will be done about it. A country where there is no law and order. Everybody is just doing as they like. The weeks and months leading up to the election had seen intense political maneuvering, determined to secure the state's grassroots political structure. Wike, with the backing of People's Democratic Party's national leadership, took over the state structure of the party, leaving Fubara in limbo. But the governor had some trick up his sleeves. His loyalists moved on en masse to APP, and with the State Electoral Commission firmly in his hands, Wike was fighting a losing battle. However, the minister was determined and with apparent federal backing tried to stop the election altogether. His camp last week secured an order of the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Peter Lefo, barring the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from releasing the 2023 voter register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RSIEC). Can you imagine the politics that is at play? Not allowing them to release voters register because of your own selfish interest. The NBA has also taken note of the conflicting judgments from the Rivers State High Court and the Federal High Court in Abuja concerning the scheduled local government election. It is deeply disheartening and amounts to judicial rascality that courts of concurrent jurisdiction to judicial rascality that courts are issuing contradictory orders on the same matter, Afam Osigwe, SAN, NBA president, said in the statement. The NBA is committed to engaging with all relevant stakeholders to find a sustainable solution to this constant judicial conflict, as the consistency and coherence of the law are fundamental to its effectiveness. The protection of our democracy and the upholding of the rule of law must remain the highest priority. And Prince Oscar in the comment section says, the fall of Wike is very near in Jesus' name. I just really hope that they allow that Fubara should do his work as the governor, because they are really frustrating his efforts in that state. That is all that should matter. The Supreme Court said that election should go on, and election has gone on. People have been sworn in. Just take your L in peace and go back to your FCT and continue your ministerial work. That is all I know. You should stop fighting a lost battle and let Fubara do his work. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.